Hey guys, how's it going? It is a beautiful morning. It rained a little bit last night. It's kind of like everything is covered in dew. It's really magical out right now. And I kind of thought that maybe I would take you guys along and show you guys how things are looking in the garden because it's just looking magical right now. We got like a light rainstorm last night, which we haven't had many of those. It's been either like all or nothing this year. So I want to show you guys that, and then we're gonna get the rooster. And then we're gonna get a few things planted today. So let's take a look around the garden and show you guys my morning this morning because it's really, really magical. The tulips are still holding on. I thought that they would be done by now. The tulips are still holding on. I thought that they would be done, but they're still going strong. So I'm really, really happy with that. The spirea has started to really color up. This one gets full afternoon sun and it's done really well over here. And I just love the look of dew. It's just so gorgeous. The calla lilies are looking stunning this morning. And then here we are still getting some daffodils in the vegetable garden. Super gorgeous this morning. And then we have a tulip in that pot back there. Let's go check that out. And probably the very last tulip to bloom. She's also been the smallest this year. And in case you haven't seen the update on the garlic, they are absolutely massive. Hopefully I'll get to harvest these pretty soon. Look at the stalks on these. That's gonna be so exciting. I just love coming out these mornings. It's so pretty. Also, my strawberries have really started to wake up. It's been just a short period of time and they've really started to take off, so that's super exciting. So let's go back to where my plants were that I'm gonna plant today and show you guys what my goal is. So this right here is plant number 1 for the day today. It's actually gonna go in this spot right here. So it's gonna get tucked in. This is a Pittosporum, or also known as a kahoo-hoo. I just love that name. I think it's so funny. This Pittosporum is a shorter version than some of the other ones. Some Pittosporums can get up to like 30 feet tall, so absolutely massive. This one can get up to 15 feet tall, so that's the short version. They are higher zones only though. So this one is zones, I believe, 8 through 11. So sorry for all of you in lower zones, but I do have a plant later today that is for lower zones that I probably shouldn't be planting in my garden, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So I love this plant. I love the glossy green foliage of it and then the black stems. Let me turn the camera around and give you guys a little bit of a close-up of it because it's really, really pretty. And we do have one on the property and I'll show you guys that one. So this is what it looks like. The new growth is very vibrant green and you can see the stems are black on it, which I just think is so interesting. And then the like new growth fades to this like deep green, but it's like a very shiny deep green color. So I think it's really, really cool plant. Let's see, are there any facts that I didn't say? Short. Oh, it is an evergreen. I forgot to say that. And the foliar growth does continue to grow all along the interior of it also. So it stays very full looking. It's really great for like a privacy screen or like hedging and things like that. So I'm using it more for like a privacy. So I'm going to let it get to its full mature size. I might, come in and need to do a little bit of trimming to keep it in check, but I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is gonna go over here. I think I'm gonna tuck it in back here. Yeah, that's my thought, is it's gonna go here. So this is a juice orange jessamine. This will fill in. This should get about 6 feet tall. This is going to get about 15 feet tall, so this will get nice and tall, and it'll kind of like create some privacy from the neighbors, and it will fill in this entire area. So these two are probably a little too close together, but this really is where I want it to go. I want it to be pretty dense here, so I'm going to go with it. I think it'll be fine. So let's go back here now so I can show you guys the one that we currently have. This is the one that we currently have. She needs to be staked up. We did have that rain that came through and that made it a little heavy, but ideally it would be up against the fence. Okay, that did nothing. Let me stake this up really quick. There we go. That's better. So this one here is about 3 years old maybe, and it's basically as tall as the fence is. It's just the angle. It's not that tall. I think this piece is so much closer. That's why it looks taller than the fence. It's not taller than the fence yet. But I just like it. I love the evergreen. I love the glossy foliage. I love when you get up close, you see the super dark stems on it. I'm in love with this plant. I would love to do a privacy screen with it. I think they're really, really pretty, and they do tolerate full sun with some shade. So the one that's going to go in the side yard is going to be planted in a more shaded area, but it will get enough sun that I think it should be happy. And then the other thing we're going to be planting today is this sticks. This is a proudberry called coralberry, kind of a tongue twister. I lost the label for it, so I'm just remembering everything. It does get about 4 feet tall and wide at full maturity, which is really nice. It is zones like 3 through 7. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. Zones 3 through 7. I'm a zone 9, but I found this locally, and I found it, and I know that they've had this for much more than one growing season, because I can tell by like how old the can is and everything, and the plant tag that was hanging on it was very old. So I know that they've had it for a while, and I mean, it's already pushing new growth again, and it did defoliate. This one is deer resistant, so if that's something that you deal with and you're in colder zones, maybe this is good for you. They did say that it gets like icy blue, like a green blue foliage on it, and then it gets these really, really gorgeous pink berries. So we'll see what happens. When I found it, there wasn't a single pink berry on it. But that's probably because it's in this container, and I know that it is so severely root bound in here. So we're gonna get this planted, and I think I paid $17 for it. Like, the price tag is right there. So my thought on it was that $17, this is a plant that has been on my like wish list of plants that I would love to get my hands on if I found it at the right price. I've seen it go for much higher, and at that price I wasn't ready to buy it. So at this price, at like 17 bucks, I was like, okay, well, I think it's worth the risk if it doesn't make it. Even if I get a couple of years out of it, I think it'll be fine. The reason that it's probably not best for my growing zone is because we get so hot for so long, and we don't have like a cold period. So I might not even get berries on it, because it may need that cold stratification in order to like have berries. But we'll see. I'm willing to risk it. I'm willing to give it a couple years, put it in a spot, let it do its thing, and hopefully I get some berries from it. I just love pink. Is one of my favorite colors in the garden, and this is a pink berry, and so I love that it had pink berries on it. So I'm hoping that it makes it. We'll see how it goes. Let me show you guys where I am going to tuck it in at, though. So this one, I'm going to tuck in right over here, and I'm going to have to do a little bit of shuffle. So I'm going to tuck it in right there. So it's got maybe 1.5 feet from the edging, and then it can grow a little ways over here. And then it's got about 1 foot, it's got about 2 feet from the rose. So it should fill this entire space in. And then I'll keep this rose more in check. This is the like flavor red or something like that. I do have this plant right here. I'm gonna have to move it. Do I remember what it is? Absolutely not. I picked it up from Home Depot 2 years ago. I had 3 of them. They all died except this one. So I'm gonna transplant it and see if I can find somewhere else for it to go. I don't even remember what it is or how big it gets. But I think that this will be really happy here. And I think that, you know, once I get the like pink blooms or the pink berries on it, that'll be really contrasting up against the black fence. I think it'll be really, really pretty. So that's where that's gonna go. I'm willing to move the rose if I need to move the rose to try to get this to grow. I'm gonna run in and make myself a cup of coffee really quickly though. Isn't this the funniest coffee mug ever? It's so cute. I usually don't go for like quirky things like this. I usually tend to like go for like more aesthetically pleasing things, but I saw him and I was like, yeah, yep, you're coming home with me. The handle is like a 1-finger handle. It's very small. So I usually hold it with 2 hands, but I had to show you my coffee mug. And don't get me wrong, I am not a coffee drinker. I am a Red Bull drinker, and I'm trying to get away from drinking Red Bull. I'm actually trying to get away from drinking sugar. It's not so much the Red Bull, it's the sugar. But then I make coffee, and I don't like the taste of coffee. So I add, this was 8 ounces of coffee and 4 ounces of creamer and a little splash of white chocolate and then some cinnamon on top. So don't confuse me with anybody else. Oh man, got the fountain going, got the plants planted. It's looking great. It's all coming together now. It's really, really nice. I love the fountain sound. It's so magical. I do get questions every time that I talk about the fountain. I got it locally. The guy who sells it actually no longer sells them. He's no longer in business. So I don't have a source for you guys to be able to get the fountain, unfortunately. But we did get it locally. So, and he's no longer in business. He ended up closing his business down, which was kind of a bummer because he had really great prices. I think I paid $500 for my fountain, and then Janie has the exact same one, and she got it when he was closing down. I think she got it for like $400 or something like that. So it was a killer deal on the fountains. So yeah, I think that is going to be it for the video. I'm really happy to get this planted and the other one planted. I can't wait to see what they do. I hope that the other one survives because I'm really looking forward to seeing those pink berries on it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.